hostile zone, hosted by the infamous and dangerous and much lied about Eric and Cinotti. This is where public corruption, abuse of power, a waste and misabuse of public dollars, and ultimately using your personal position for gaining power influence over others is met with extreme hostility. Otherwise, everyone else is welcome. Welcome to the hostile zone.
Welcome to the hostile zone. You're with the infamous, in your face, Eric A. Cinotti. Eric Andrew Cinotti. Who was it again?
Eric Cinotti.
Cinotti, that's right. In your face. Right here today on the hostile zone. KKTC 99.9. True country.
True America.
True Cinotti, baby. Accompanied with on-air sensation vocalist, Miss Bianca Sea.
Hello, everyone. Bianca Sea, that's me.
Woohoo! There it is. We're here with R-Dub. All right, R-Dub, what's up? Shout out to your crew.
What's going on, everybody?
R-Dub, working on that apprenticeship. How is it treating you?
You know, it's working. We still got the normal Kenny. I don't even know where he's at today. I think he's run a little late.
Kenny's not here?
Kenny is not here.
Man.
Didn't even get a text. What kind of...
Where's Dick? Oh, he didn't get a text?
No, I didn't get a text from Kenny.
Ask Dick where he is.
Oh,
Hey, Dick!
Richard.
Yo, Dick!
Over here.
Where is... Ask him where Kenny is.
Dick, where Kenny at?
Where Kenny go?
I don't know. I didn't hear anything from him either.
I don't know, man. That's your people's problem. That's
Oh,
your people.
man. And he was
This
earning
might be
his...
the end of Kenny, ladies and gents.
No,
Well,
not Kenny Donuts.
No.
They killed Kenny.
They killed Kenny!
No,
Kenny comes back every episode, just like he eats our donuts and bagels. He comes back every
jeez.
episode.
Are we still going to get donuts, though?
Yeah, but there's
Or
actually
actually-
there's Gabagool back there. I understand from what I heard. I know.
Oh.
Actually, I know there is for a fact. I know,
Yeah, it's a
because,
reoccurring thing now.
people took care of that. It was shipped in from Jersey.
Oh, especially.
Shipped
What
in
was
from
it?
Jersey. Shout out to. I don't know if he wants me
Gabagool?
to give him a shout out on there, but let's just say it came from Essex County.
How do you pronounce it? Gabaragool?
How do you pronounce it?
Gabaragool.
Gabba-da-ghoul.
Gabagool, baby. Gabagool. How do you say?
Gabaragool?
How do you say gabagool in Espanol?
Gabalagool.
Nah, it's ain't crap. all
Instead
right.
of, we
Same
say la.
shizzle. Same
Gabalagool.
shizzle, different day. Same shizzle,
You know
different
what?
day.
Italian and Spanish is very similar, except the dialect
Right,
is a little
that's
different.
right,
That's
because
it.
the Romans controlled the world.
Okay, you
Yeah.
know, while we're talking
Mhm.
about Spanish, can we talk about pineapple? Like, if you've noticed,
Tell me
in
about
every other, like in every other language, like pineapple is said pretty much the same way. I think it's like
Piña.
años or something like that.
Well, that doesn't sound like pineapple.
I
I
know
know
it doesn't.
pineapple is piña. Like piña colada?
You know, I might
she
be
say
totally
piña?
wrong.
Piña.
Oh, piña.
Don't
oh,
say
what does that
that.
mean?
Hello.
Oh, well, I didn't know what that
You
means.
need to
That's-
cut that out.
No, you don't have to cut that out. I don't even know
Yeah,
what it
you need
means.
to cut that out.
No, you don't. Why would I cut that out? You're not gonna cut that out.
We'll
It's not
figure
an
it-
FCC violation. I didn't know. I thought you. I don't even know what it
You
means.
don't say, that's
Oh, I do
curse.
know what it means now.
Yeah.
We'll figure it
Doesn't
out
matter,
later.
it's not an FCC issue. Is that actually a bad word? No.
Yeah, that's
Is that the anatomy word for it?
yeah.
It's the same. It's the same as saying penis. Penis is not an illegal word. Right? Is
wouldn't
that the same
chance
thing,
it.
right?
I wouldn't
Is it
chance
the same,
it.
right? Penis?
I have no idea.
Right? It's like Richard. Richard, Dick for short.
Yeah, but
I-
nobody's name.
It could be somebody. You could name your kid Pinga. Right?
Oh boy.
Let's start calling him
Oh my
Pinga.
God.
Let's call-
Check to see if that's listed on the FCC.
It's not. If it's an FCC, I apologize. I didn't mean to do it.
I didn't say
But I didn't even realize
I
that it was.
didn't
I
encourage
actually.
it.
So what? So what is the pineapple? How does it pronounce?
piña.
Oh,
Is that what it is? Okay, then I'm totally
you
wrong.
did. If we get an FCC fine, it's on you, bro.
I will take it.
All right. So here we go.
Like piña colada, you know? That's what I'm
Oh, dude, that makes a lot of sense.
saying. Duh.
It truly does. Yes, it does. I'm not a big fan of the pina colada.
I love piña colada.
Damn.
I like it virgin because if you
Yeah.
put it with the rum, it takes
you
away
like
the
a virgin?
sweetness.
You like a virgin?
Always.
Yeah.
As long as it's ripe.
Piña
Yeah,
Enough
colada.
age.
Yeah, right.
Virgin
29,
pina
32,
colada they're
how many-
talking
how many-
about.
How many pina colada virgins do you want?
All of them.
I'll take every version of pina
Mhm.
colada.
Exactly.
There, right? But not really pina colada. I'll just take
my
the
God.
version
I'm trying to be
mojito
innocent here.
with the alcohol in it, though.
I gotta have the alcohol.
Right here. Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, I don't like small pina coladas. I like them big.
Right. Who
I like
doesn't
the large,
yeah, right.
big
Well,
one.
but
Pina
see,
coladas,
and girls
that's what I'm
don't care about size. But see, when it comes down to the pina, right? The pina, I said it right. Then size matters. Right? That's
Well,
why you
because
got-
it goes
that's why
so
you need to date
quickly.
an Italiano with
It
Roman descent. 'Cause
goes so quick.
then we make a very large pina.
Colada.
Pina colada. Yeah. What do you think I was talking? You guys got dirty minds,
Oh my
man.
God.
Dirty minds. It's a Monday. It's the weekend's over. This could have been Friday's conversation if you're gonna go dirty on us.
I am.
Anyway, welcome back to KKTC this lovely Monday. Happy Monday. You know why it's Happy Monday, everybody?
Why?
Because it's 9 o'clock and Monday's almost over. That means
Ah.
Tuesday's here. And we're almost halfway through. We're ready for hump day. Everybody needs a pina on hump day because you got to have your pina colada on hump day. Didn't Dunkin' Donuts have coladas? Coffee? Did they still make those coffee coladas and the colada drinks?
I have no idea what that is.
Remember those, the
Smoothie
coladas?
colada. I think that's during the summer though.
Yeah, they say coffee colada. But okay, anyway, welcome back to the show. Here we are. We're getting stupid today. Honestly, it was funny, but we're moving forward. So here we are. The weekend is past us.
Yes.
It was a great weekend. Everybody have a good weekend here?
I had a great
You
weekend.
doing anything exciting?
Saw a lot of Christmas lights around. And,
Christmas
yeah.
lights. Christmas lights. What about you there, Ardo?
I slept all weekend.
Did you?
I did.
What did Kenny do? Nothing?
I don't know. I haven't seen him today, so I haven't been able to ask
I
him.
wonder if you hung out with him. Did you hang out with Dick this weekend?
No, I don't hang out with anybody outside of the show.
Yeah.
No.
What, no? No Dick for you?
Nope.
You don't like Dick?
Dick free.
You're Dick. You don't like Dick?
Nope.
You like Dick?
Richard, I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dick. Do you want me to call you Richard or Dick? Is he over there? There he is. He's looking.
Call me as you please.
Oh.
Now you put me in a bad spot on that. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Dick for short. All right. Richard. So here we are. It's been a long weekend, and here we are. Weekend is over. Back to the work week. Monday. Hit the grind. The grind. The grind on Monday. Woohoo! Right? The grind. Back to the grind. That reminds me of high school grind. Anyway, so back to the back. Seriously, okay, back. No more nonsense. Okay. All right. So I had to not be so hostile a little bit. They told me to loosen it up for KKTC. They wanted me to be a little bit more fun. Okay. So anyway, true. All fun aside, that's it. It's back to hard news. Ready for some hard news?
I'm ready for some hard
You ready?
news.
You guys ready for some hard news?
Always ready for some hard news.
Nice. All right. We're doing it, baby. All right. So, did you know that we talked a couple weeks back about the Osprey that crashed and with the special operations, the special operators that crashed in the Osprey off the coast of Japan?
Yes. The couple
Osprey
of
is that plane that looks like it turns into a helicopter. That things come up. If you're watching the show right now, by the way, before we go any further,
so cool.
you can watch the show right now. Tune into any of our social media, Eric A. Cinotti, the Hostile Zone, or the Hostile Zone fan page, or Miss Bianca Sea, SEA like the ocean, or the YouTube channel for the Hostile Zone, or your local cable provider if they are offering the show. Check us out. I say that because I was giving a description of the helicopter, the Osprey. It looks like a plane, but then it turns the propellers come upward. It looks like a helicopter. It has that weird two propellers. That's an Osprey.
I think it looks cool.
Yeah, but it looks like it starts off as a plane, but then does the helicopter. You've seen them before. Yeah. So anyway, the helicopter plane, the Osprey, had crashed. I believe like the end of the 29th or so of the month. I'm not exactly, don't bot me on it, but I do like the bots. Thank you, my bots. Shout out to the bots and trolls. Shout out to Google for all the good stuff. Anyway, so there was 8 people on board that the Osprey special operations, special operators. And unfortunately, all 8 of them had been identified and unfortunately did not survive the crash. The Osprey was it was off the shore of Japan, heading into Okinawa. Okinawa's been there. It's a beautiful island. My guess is not my guess. There's only one place to come. It was going into Kadena Air Base. Shout out to my people on 2nd Street. If you've ever been out there, anybody in the military been out to Okinawa, you've been out to 2nd Street, you know that there's no such thing as 2nd Street. Hit the show up if you know what I'm talking about. Eric at ericandrewcinotti.com. The Hostile Zone at bbstalkradio.com. Shout us out if you know what I'm talking about. 2nd Street. Anyway, so they were heading into Kadena, and the Osprey had gone down, and they did recover 7 of the 8 special operators from the that were in the water. Divers recovered them. Yeah, there's still one missing.
Well, I pray for their family.
I do. I shout out to the families, and it's very rough during the holiday season. We do, we pay homage to everybody, and thank you for your service to the families too, because families are serving too alongside the service members. Everybody should know that. If you don't know that, the families of all service members serve along with the service member because of all the things that they have to go through and the things that the family has to go through and all the stuff that is going on around the world. And just the life in general and the military life is a tough life. So we pray for the families of these people. We pray for all of our members of the armed forces around the world, forward deployed here in the United States, or our members of that are not deployed, that are deployed around the country, that are deployed in hostile zones around no pun intended. No, that was a great name for the show. That was where it came from, actually. All the contingency operations around the world, whether it be a combat theater or not. We appreciate your service. Shout out to you. Shout out to all the veterans out there. Shout out to everybody that is doing the right thing and supporting the military. We all thank you. We thank you. And veterans like myself, we thank those of you that support us as well. Okay.
Thank you for a huge sacrifice and all the hard work that you do to keep us safe.
And, again, with the show, if you are a service member, a family of a service member, and you are going through a family hardship and you need anything from us, please reach out to the show. We will do whatever it is we can do to help you. And honestly, it is completely confidential. This is not a sponsored ad spot. This is not puff the shoulders out and chest out and whatever. This is about doing the right thing. Veteran to veteran, military family to military family. We will extend our hand to you in any way, whatever you need. We will find a way to make it happen. And if anybody can get it done, I can get it done, and my team can get it done. We will do it. With that said, so that is that. I hate to say that is that, but I hope we get more information on that, and I hope that they recover that 8th operator very soon for the families. Okay, with that, moving forward around the world, there was a interesting affairs. Actually, kind of could be a military issue in a way, I guess, sort of. In Mexico, Tijuana. The reason I say it could be a military issue because a lot of the military finds their way over to Tijuana. And if you're stationed over in that area in California, it's one of those things you got to be careful going in. Military members going in and out of the border and going into Tijuana and getting in trouble and getting hurt. So there was it could be. Yeah, I mean, there's been some restrictions on who can go and who can't. Haven't been to San Diego area. I'm not gonna say where I was, but I was in San Diego, so I've been to the border. I've driven to Tijuana, so it's not always the recommended thing for military people to do, and some commands don't allow it. So at certain times, you're not allowed at all to be crossing the border back and forth. I got some funny stories on that in the future. But there was a big shootout this week. They said it was like pulled from the screens of Hollywood.
Really?
Yeah. Shootout in the streets of Tijuana. Now, mind you, I just want you to know, you've never been, so I can tell you. No one here, no one here's been to Tijuana, right? None of you guys, right? Nobody, right? Oh, no, over there. Okay, so I didn't think so, but I wasn't sure. We do have a couple military members here, former, so I wasn't sure. But anyway, Tijuana, if you don't know, it is literally like you can throw a stone from San Diego of the fence, and you're in Tijuana.
That close.
Yeah, you could see. You could see it. And if
Whoa.
you're in certain spots of San Diego, you can actually, on an angle, see right over there, and you can like go up to the
Wow.
fence. You can see the fence. So when I say that the shootout is a big deal, like the OK Corral kind of shootout, the Western, country Western, like you guys out there.
Hmm.
Oh, I got some good information, and I found out about Roswell. I've been doing my research. Jesse Marcel. Shout out to anybody, family of Jesse Marcel. Anybody out there? Jesse Jr. I think he might still be alive. Not really sure, but there are family members. Jesse Marcel was the intel officer involved. But anyway, remind me to get back to that. Let me mark that on here, Roswell, because I've been paying attention to that. Roswell, okay. So anyway, there was a big shootout, and they literally said it could have come from like right from the scenes of a movie, like. And you know what it had to do with? It had to do with alleged corrupt police stealing a drug shipment from the cartels. Yeah, I mean, it's not really a laughing matter because
my
some,
God.
officers were killed.
Oh, that's so sad.
I don't know what police agency over there, National Police. I don't even know. This different that they do way different in Mexico than they do here. But the drug cartel, they had a big shootout over it. Personally, I don't even know. If you're a drug person, maybe it was stolen by law enforcement. Maybe it was intercepted by law enforcement. It depends on how you want to look at that. Honestly, if it was stolen or it came out of the hands of the cartel, I'm kind of happy with it. I'm glad that the police did that because that is stuff that's coming across the border here into the United States and it's killing our citizens here.
Absolutely, I believe
it's hooking our families and our children and destroying lives in America. Fentanyl. And everything else. So I have no pain for the cartel losing anything. Honestly, I believe we should be sending U.S. military operators over there to eliminate them. That could be another conversation for another day. But anyway, so that's what happened in Tijuana. Moving back into the United States, we had an interesting event. I guess a couple events. All right, I'm gonna move a piece. This is like a quasi a world and a quasi U.S. kind of story. The United States is now moving into a new, believe it or not, it's kind of crazy, but we're actually finally upgrading our ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic nuclear missiles that are stored in the silos. They're actually now being fully upgraded across the board. They have been fine. They're fine. Listen, don't even think about it, Tehran. Don't think about it, Putin. We're upgrading better than we had, which what we had was way better than you've ever had in your history. Hence, the Iron Curtain fell. You guys got nothing for us. What I mean is that upgrading it to a new level. So I guess our upgraded would be like what Russia, China, and Iran, whatever they want to be called, would only wish they would have in 80 years from now, 50 years from now. So what we're currently operating on in the United States is what they wish they could have now, and we are ready to get rid of it because it's like from the 40s and 50s. You know what I mean? This is Cold War era stuff. This is Cuban Missile Crisis stuff. You know what I mean? So they're upgrading so this way it's for cyber stuff and things like that. So it's good. It's good that they're doing that. That's kind of like a U.S. and a world kind of information, and I'm very happy to put that out because I think that these are things that we need to put out as Americans to the world to let people, bad actors, know around the world, the hostile actors that are not our friends and that want to pretend to be our friends, but they're not. They need to know that we're prepared at any moment to strike. And intercontinental ballistic missiles is just one thing that we have for you. If you poke the bear too much, that's only one avenue. We have plenty of other things in our arsenal, as everybody in New Mexico fully knows. Since you have White Sands, like not too many miles away from you, White Sands, New Mexico is like the missile range. That's where the 501st Bomber Group is stationed down there, and they were the ones to deliver the nuclear payload to the Soviet Union, not Russia, Soviet Union at that time. USSR. They were going to deliver the payload of nuclear. Nuclear happiness from the United States. Compliments for our friends over there who don't want to be our friends.
Mm.
they were going to deliver that. So that has a little interesting twist to Roswell show.
There you go.
But anyway, so with that, yeah, so that was kind of like a little between United States and world news. So shout out to the military, specifically the, I believe, I'm not gonna say what command, but anyway, shout out to you guys. Hope that works out well for you and anybody that's stationed there and everything. Good stuff. I mean, that's a tough job. That's a tough
I
job.
could imagine.
They get locked down into the silos, and they have to be. They're down there on their own. They're locked in there because they're the ones that push the button.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it's like a whole thing. It's a big deal, and these things are everywhere, and you'd be surprised where these missiles are kept. Now, when we were talking about the bomber group, that's when we would fly and drop them. We're at a whole new level now with intercontinental ballistic missiles. Put it like this: the North Korea wishes they had ICBMs. Yeah,
Wow.
Russia doesn't have an ICBM to hit us. Russia doesn't even have an ICBM. They claim to have one. They don't have anything. It was pillaged and ripped and stolen everything when the Iron Curtain fell. But anyway, so they don't have. They wish they did have. So, and that's just one thing we can do. The new stuff is that they can go up to into space and fly. Now we're not supposed to arm space, but they can fly in orbit and then travel. You can circle the Earth in like 40 minutes. So if you think about the logic on that, when you're in space, we were talking the other day. I was talking about the atmosphere, the ionosphere, the stratosphere, exosphere, space, all that. Well, when you're up into space after the exosphere, space, exosphere is like the last little piece. There's nothing you can't breathe in. Yeah, that's the last. That's kind of like
the protective last.
That's
layer.
like the last piece that like
a dome.
The SR-71 that I've talked about, or some of the planes. So you guys out there know because they fly. You've seen all that.
I imagine
stuff.
like an invisible dome.
It's like that's what it is. Yeah, it's like the curvature of the Earth. There, that's the exosphere. It's the last little.
That's exactly what I was imagining.
When space they go in the heat shield, and they break out. That's where.
Yeah, it's just like the white part when it goes through. Yeah.
So that's that. So if they were to go out there and they go into orbit, then it would be like 40 minutes, and it's like 17,500 miles an hour. So that it would travel the Earth in 40 minutes. So if we shot something up there. It went up there 40 minutes. It would travel the whole Earth. So in 20 minutes, you're over pretty much anywhere you want to be.
Oh yeah.
And then they just poke back into the Earth and then just drop it. And if you were to drop a nuclear payload onto somewhere, and this is something we need to worry about here with the 360 and the 365 I talk about. Pay attention because these are things you got to worry about because you don't actually need. They don't need to detonate a nuclear warhead on Earth to destroy Earth.
I hope nobody does that at all because that's like the end of Earth right there.
It would be
if
the
you
end
do
of the
that.
world. It would be the end of the world.
Who would want to end the world like that?
Well, here's the thing: if the second they were to do something like that to us,
greedy thing, you know what I mean?
That's why we have to have the most. And the key is having it ensures no one else will use it. Because if you have it and I have it and this one has it and the trusted people have it, then once one person pushes the button, the other ones do. And then you just got all these missiles flying everywhere. It's not a good day for anybody. It's not a good day for Mother Earth.
If it's going to destroy the world, why make it in the first place?
Right.
And I don't know. That's me being all peaceful. But
that reminds me of the movie I was showing you about the other day. I want to find out more about. That's going to be in January. So anyway, moving forward with that. So yeah, that would be another way to do it is to come in through outer space. Through orbit, lower Earth orbit, punch back into the exosphere into and then they only need to do it above the Earth and then detonate. And the EMP, the electromagnetic pulse, would take out all electronics and satellites and everything along the way.
Well, it's a good thing that I know how to read a map. The old-fashioned way.
Get yourself a Rand McNally map, everybody. Not a sponsored bid here, but actually we should reach out to Rand McNally. Maybe we can get a sponsorship here.
Maybe.
It's space. Anyway, so I don't want to go off too much on that.
Or teach your kids how to use a map.
Everybody should know how to use a map. Learn your phone number. Learn your phone number. Learn the emergency contact of your family. Learn these things, okay?
You never know.
Because the bottom line is that, at the end of the day, you need to know these things. You need to even get that anyway.
Yeah.
Given Mike's signs, he's not paying attention to the screen.
Or even.
Org up, giving you hand signs here. Get him out. All right. Anyway, so yeah, learn these things, and know your stuff. Know your mom's phone number. All that kind of good stuff. Your doctor's number. You know how to use a map. Maybe have some batteries on you. Like just basic stuff. I'm not saying it's the end of the world. I'm not a prepper kind of crazy like that. I don't want to say anybody's.
I hope you don't have like a basement that's full of stuff.
No, but you know what? You should always be prepared for any situation. You should have medical kits. You should have prescriptions of what you really truly need to get by. You should have, medical supplies. You should have.
So it's basically like
batteries.
when you're getting ready for a hurricane, like all those supplies type of thing. Okay.
Exactly. Because your phone's not going to work. Your phone's not going to work. Even if the power goes out, is your phone going to work? Now the new thing you can do is with maps. You can actually download maps. Did you know that? Did you see that?
You could charge your phone with a potato.
Yes, I do know that.
You know that.
Don't kill my story. But I wanted to say though, honestly, because we were on that conversation now. You can download Google Maps. Then they're not a sponsorship here either. But Google Maps, you can now download the entire Google map of your surrounding areas and where you are going to be going if you're going on a trip. So this way, it's kind of like having a Rand McNally map.
That's a good idea.
But you still need that power.
Yes.
So if you have battery backup, now if your phone's not working, but you've downloaded it to your phone, and if let's say cell service is out and whatever, as long as you have battery to charge and if we have no power and we have a crisis and we lose and there's an EMP, not just from a nuclear situation, but if we had a solar flare and solar storm from the sun, solar wind could actually take out, and that could be like when they put out flares, the solar flare spews. Like, you ever seen the pictures where they spew look like you're shooting fire? That's shooting like more than a nuclear bomb would ever be. And if that were to hit anything, it does disrupt.
Wow.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm a world of useless knowledge sometimes, and sometimes very not useful.
Yeah, but I bet you didn't know about the potato.
I did know that because I went to school and I did that.
No, I'm saying that you didn't know that I knew about the potato.
I'm the one that told you about that. I told you about that.
I did not.
Anyway, so all right. So moving on, we can get into a whole prepper thing. I'm not a prepper, but I'm prepared.
Where's that pillow?
I'm prepared. So I'm sad to say that Central Tennessee had some serious weather issues this past weekend. Yeah, multiple people died in Central Tennessee for some tornadoes and some very, very bad weather. Very hearts go out to everybody out there. If anybody's listening, I know the show's syndicated, so people will hear it outside of New Mexico. Our hearts go out to you. Very sad time, holiday season. I mean, it's never a good time to lose family members and whatever.
Especially close to the holidays.
Yeah,
so
the storm literally took down an entire church. Literally stacked mobile homes on top of each other. Roofs ripped off a house. It's really bad stuff.
Keep the faith. Though.
Right, keep the faith. I mean, I don't know. It's tough stuff. There's really nothing I can say.
Everybody help out each other.
Yeah, just help out your neighbors. Yeah. Be a good friend. Be a good neighbor. Be a good human being. Be a good American. Just be a good person. So, here's another one. Nebraska. A Nebraska man is now in jail. Jail and prison are two different things.
Yeah.
He's now in jail. Waited while he's in jail. He murdered a priest.
No way.
Yep.
Why? So
there was this priest in Nebraska, and he was at the church in the rectory, actually, which is like where the priest. If you're not, I went to Catholic school, so not everybody knows what the rectory is.
Yes, explain what was
the rectory. The convent and the rectory. The convent is where the nuns live.
Yes,
and the rectory is where the priests live.
Oh, okay.
On a at the church campus, whatever. If it's big or not, it might not. I mean, nuns are kind of like not even like a real big thing anymore. But when I went to Catholic school, we had nuns, so they actually had a convent. We had more nuns. We had
or they would have a wing and the other.
They had two different buildings.
Yeah,
different buildings, two houses on the campus of the school.
Wow. Okay.
So anyway, this priest was in the rectory at 5 a.m. 911 received a call that an intruder invaded, like broke into the church, and this priest, when police responded, the priest was found on the ground, stabbed, bleeding, alive but bleeding on the ground, and the perpetrator, right? The perpetrator was still in the church or the rectory, and they got him, but unfortunately, when the priest got to the hospital, he passed.
Oh.
Another sad story. I hate to have hard news Monday, but I got to do that stuff. Got to give you a little update. But interestingly enough, and this is not related, and I don't like to bring these things up because I don't think it's relevant, but it was relevant for a minute because they thought it might be relevant. So I'm going to bring it up, but I didn't normally do this.
Okay.
This is outside my MO area. This priest had actually had a criminal case some time back, 2007, I believe. 2007. Yeah, 2007. He had a case where he was charged with embezzlement of, I want to say, like $156,000 or so.
Really?
In 2007.
Wow, that's shocking.
Yeah, right. But I don't know the whole case on it, but he didn't go to prison, but he did some probation, paid some restitution.
Probably fine, yeah.
Yeah, restitution pay. I mean, it's the church. So I don't know, because here's the thing. I mean, I don't say, hey, it's the church, like that's a good thing or bad thing, but the thing is that the church, he actually is back again as a priest. Well, not now, he's passed on, but he was actually brought back after, because the church believed that he repented, had true remorse, and asked for true forgiveness, and the church, being what they're supposed to be, they gave him a chance. And the reason that I'm bringing this up is because I read this story, and I know that I got some information on the case, and there was some speculation that maybe breaking into this church may have been related, but it's not. They don't believe at all it has anything to do with it. It's not the same church. He's still in the Catholic Church.
Okay.
It's a Catholic church, but they moved the priest after his case was over, and they reinstated him. I guess during the case, he was placed on probation or whatever. Not probation, but he was on probation criminally, but he was, I guess he was suspended or whatever from being a priest. He was the chancellor, I think.
Really?
The chancellor of the archdiocese or whatever, which is like the head office for the area. Omaha, Archdiocese of Omaha, if I recall correctly. But anyway, so he was reinstated, and the reason I bring this up is because that people were wondering if that indeed had anything to do with it, but they don't believe it.
Oh.
People did reach out to the attorney for the accused, which I'm not going to put his name out because I don't like to do that. So the attorney has not. He's in county jail. Not the attorney, the defendant, the alleged defendant, and he is in county jail, and the attorney did not return for any comment. So
we don't know nothing about the
law enforcement does not believe that there's any connection, because again, this case was in 2007. So I mean, that's a long time ago.
That really is. So yeah.
I mean, the chances of it being, I don't know when he got into this new position at the church, but I don't know if this other church, and it's not the same churches, and it's not the same area. So it's not even like it's the same anyway. So I don't even know. They don't believe it has anything related, but it came up because people knew that he had this prior.
Oh, so situation. It just revived. Okay.
Yeah, people knew that he had this case previously, and that he had, been reinstated and given another chance, etc. So they weren't, that's why it was brought up. So let's see what else we got. Oh, so here's an interesting one, and I was talking about this with you, R-Dub. I find this fascinating because we actually were talking about Alex Jones the other day after the show on Friday. We were talking about, you and I, Alex Jones. Remember I asked you to look something up for me?
Yep.
You remember? I specifically brought up. Remember? And then we watched. I also brought up on the TV the attorney was when they were cross-examining him, or not, whether he was on the stand, and there was some issue with his defense counsel turned over his cell phone, as his entire cell phone, to the other side's attorney, thus making opening himself up for liability and malpractice, etc. But anyway, so yeah, interestingly enough, Alex Jones was removed from Twitter, banned from Twitter permanently, but Elon Musk has since purchased Twitter, And he's made quite a stir over
Has
himself,
he?
Elon Musk, standing up against Disney and telling other people to pull their advertisements to F them. F
Oh,
themselves. Remember?
whoa. Yes,
Remember that
yes,
video? He
I've
said, "Go
heard.
F yourself," and he called
Yeah.
out certain people in the audience,
That's a gut.
saying, "If you're there, yeah, listen." He said, "I don't need your money. I don't need your money. Don't advertise with me. I don't want your money." So anyway, Alex Jones, and if that doesn't know who Alex Jones is, he had this show called InfoWars, and basically he was the guy we talked about last week on the show. That it was on Brad Meltzer's Decoded show on history, and he was at Bohemian Grove.
Yeah,
and he went with them because he got into Bohemian Grove and filmed it. He's one of the few people to ever be filmed inside of Bohemian Grove. And then he went with Brad Meltzer's History Channel's show Decoded.
Yes.
And he went with them in the boat and showed them how to get into Bohemian Grove, and they broke into and got caught and got arrested. Remember? On
yeah, that was kind of risky.
Remember, they got arrested. They had to call Brad in the middle of the night to come. So anyway, that's Alex Jones. So Alex Jones also has been very I mean, I don't know much about the guy, but he's been very a thorn to many people in the side. He did say some things that irked people about the Sandy Hook school shooting that had occurred a number of years back. And then he had some conversations about COVID, whether, he's a conspiracy theory guy.
Oh.
That the guy, which is perfect for our Roswell spin-off show. He's somebody that would look into that stuff. He looks into is the government behind stuff? Does the government have a motive behind what it is that they do? Did they inflate the COVID numbers for other reasons? Did everybody ended up dying of COVID when they died in a hospital, whether or not they died of COVID, that kind of thing. Everybody in being from New Jersey and our area, everybody that died in the hospital, regardless, everybody was marked up on their death certificate COVID. And there was some question at some time because there was money from the federal government.
I did hear of that. Yes.
Yep. And don't bot and troll me. I'm not saying that.
We're not saying that.
I'm not saying that I subscribe to this stuff. I'm not going to tell you my opinion on that. I think that it benefited a lot of people to mark off COVID, whether it was COVID or not. Now, whether or not that has anything to do with anything, I don't know. And I'm not saying the government's behind it, but they did. He was one of those people that raised that.
So what happened with the
so Elon
Twitter?
Musk? So Twitter had banned him, and Elon Musk bought it. And then so what were we reading? RW, help me out with this one. It was 70 million people, 2 million people. What was it?
Yeah. So
70%.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, tell me. Sorry.
Yeah. So Elon Musk put out a poll to get
get
Alex Jones back on Twitter.
When did he do this poll? This weekend, right?
Yeah.
Last week or the weekend? For the weekend?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly when he did it. But anyway, he asked the public of if he should allow Alex Jones to be reinstated. And almost 2 million people voted off of this poll, and 70% of the votes were yes. So Elon Musk came out and said, well, the people have spoken.
And that's it.
And that's it.
And now I understand that.
I think that's fair.
That his and actually I'm going to check out his X page now, Twitter X page. I'm going to actually reach out, Alex. If you're paying attention, I'm going to be reaching out to you. You'll see the hostile zone. Eric and Bianca. I'm going to be whatever it is. Is it called friending? What is it called when you're on Twitter?
Following.
So yeah, I'm gonna hit you up. So yeah, he's back on there, and apparently you can see all his Twitter posts or X feeds. Whatever you're calling it. Are they calling it Twitter? They're calling X, but they call it just people still use the word Twitter.
They're Xting.
They're Xting.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of a crazy word.
I don't know if that's actually what it is, but
right. I mean, because I know sexting is an issue. Like, I mean, literally, I'm not making a joke about it.
I admit I haven't been on Twitter since the change.
No, I remember when I saw the.
I was like, "What's this X thing on me?"
I saw that.
I'm like, "What is this?
What is this that somebody infiltrated my phone?"
I had to Google. I'm like, "What's the X mean?" It's like Twitter. Oh, okay.
Yep. So yeah, so that's an interesting turn of events. Welcome back, Alex Jones, to Twitter X.
I think it's good. It's a good.
Listen,
I'm glad
freedom of speech. We're in the United States.
Everybody
gets a fair shake.
Okay.
Bottom line is, all these other people can say whatever they want everywhere. Everybody lies about everybody online. You
Mhm.
can't believe anything you read on any of these social media sites. You can't believe 90% of the crap
Right.
on Google. You can't believe it on any of the sites. So why would they remove one person's opinion, but allow all these other schmoes everywhere around the world and around the United States to just put up whatever they want? It doesn't even make sense.
Right.
It doesn't even make sense. Nobody ever validates their story on anything. Nobody. They just, oh, I read a story and it's true. It's not
No,
true. Why don't you ask the person? Whatever happened to back in the day when you actually asked somebody, hey, I read this. Okay, well, ask me, and I'll tell you if it's true. And I'll present you information and show you why it's true or not true. So I'm glad that Alex is back. Whether or not I
That's like
support all
somebody
his stuff,
saying something mean about you and be like, why don't you just say it to my face?
say it to my face, right? In your
Just say
face,
it.
baby, in your face. Cut my face. Look at this face right here. If you're watching the show, look at this face because it's the last one you're going to see. Come and ask me, and I'll tell you what I think. You may not like it, but I'll tell you what I think, and then push it further, and I'll show you what I think. Anyway, so going on from there. So Elon Musk has been doing some great stuff. Actually,
Okay.
this was not in the hard news conversation for today, but I did was talking to some people this weekend about Mr. Musk, and we were talking about different investments and stuff that I'm involved in. And you know that he has a $10,000 house.
Really?
And he actually, because he believes in Earth sustainability, and he does the electric car. And we had this whole thing about whatever, but he actually stands behind what it is that he believes. So he moved out and sold his properties, and he lives in this self-sustainable house that's electric and has all renewable things that built the house. He totally believes in what it is that he does. And I was reading it. These homes are available, but there's a waiting list because it's so hard. It's like so many people want them. A $10,000 house.
Wow.
And
if it's really good, why don't they build more of them?
They are, but it's a new thing, and there's a waiting list. They're gonna eventually do it, but it's $10,000 and it folds.
So it's like a solar power house.
The whole house and everything, and you can charge your car off of the house.
Oh wow!
And the solar panels are built into the roof, and it's got his same charging setup as the car, so it converts it from direct current DC to AC alternating current for your house.
That is so cool.
And there are communities that are fully private communities that that they have like HOAs, those kind of communities.
Yes.
And that all the houses is like one builder. Well, some of them people have signed contract with them, and the entire communities are built on these houses.
That's amazing.
So there's a waiting list because it's a $10,000 house, and it's all renewable. And it won't.
Isn't there like trial periods? Like what? It's like the warranty after like 2 or 3 years.
I don't know what I don't know the story on that, but
I'd be like, darn it.
Yeah.
It's a cloudy day. Darn it, the house is not working.
Well, no, it'll run. Eventually, it's supposed to run fully self-sustainable, but it will obviously have connection to, but it won't need it. And the whole idea is that you would run during off-peak hours on city electric, and then when it's most expensive from regular electric, then you would run your own. Like people say.
Wow, so it's like a win-win situation. That's awesome.
Like they say, use your electric stuff at night.
Yes,
Because your electric is charged by most peak hours and off peak hours. So people mow it's not supposed to, but they mow their lawn in the middle of the night. Remember we were watching that?
I saw that on the show Cheapskate.
Yeah. So
but Mike is pretty smart, but oh my God.
That's what he was talking about. So during peak hours and off peak hours, so I wasn't in the agenda for conversation today, but I did find out more information on it. I'm kind of
you know what? I always run the dishwasher at night.
Right. You should.
Yeah.
Right. That's a good idea.
And I do my laundry at night too.
Right. And it's better. You should never leave your dryer on when you're not home anyway.
Yeah.
Right. You shouldn't leave those things on. So
make sure to change your lid.
On the hard news, and this isn't really hard news, but New York City SantaCon.
SantaCon.
Yeah. If you're out there in the West, you're probably not too excited about New York City SantaCon, but as a Jersey guy, no, everybody loves a good SantaCon. Basically, everybody, thousands of people come in to descend into New York.
A lot
and they go into the village, and it's a bark roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of tipsy Santas.
NYPD warns that open container laws are still in effect. Oh yeah, right. You're holding that up. My old fudge mug here.
I love it. It's super cute. Where's that from?
This is from Christmas Story.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God! And he's got soap in his mouth.
Yeah. That's good.
That's
You
so
almost got us in
cute.
trouble last week with your slip of the tongue on here.
And you know, I usually
your
never do it.
face,
I
yeah.
know you got me.
All
in
the
my
bed in it for like hours to get your curse out of there. Right?
OMG.
Yeah.
Bianca's filthy mouth.
This is what I always say. Oh,
Bianca's
what? And that-
filthy mouth, and we protected you, folks. I had your back.
I know.
Okay, in her face, I had your back. R-Dub stayed up all night.
Don't
'cause
forget,
I told
you-
him to.
Don't
sure we
forget
found
he got yours
Bianca's
too.
I didn't curse. R-Dub, did I curse?
Yeah, you did. Twice, actually.
Did I really?
Yeah. You're lucky that I caught that
I did not curse, bro.
Oh.
twice.
You know, I might have to promote Kenny when he comes back with the bagels.
Ken's not going to know how to do a quarter of the stuff I do.
No, actually, get out of the chair. Dick, get up in here in the front.
Pull him in.
Yeah, get up here. Yo, Dick is
Oh my
good.
God.
Get up here.
He's
You don't want the smoke.
So anyway, anyway,
that's funny.
anyway. So that was the end of the hard news for the weekend. I think that was enough news. How much time do we have?
About 10 minutes.
Good. No,
10
we have more than
minutes.
10 minutes. We got about 12.
That's why I said belt.
Yeah, see,
About.
I know the math because I can see the ticker on the teleprompter.
Well, I'm glad you can read.
It's not reading; it's numbers. Okay.
You got to read numbers.
So anyway, if you have any entertainment news, you don't read numbers. Okay. You review numbers.
That's between you guys.
You
not me.
review numbers. You read letters. Okay. Anyway. So, Miss Bianca, we want to
Yes.
talk a little bit about Roswell, but I want
I
want
want to listen about Roswell.
I know, but you got some wonderful Carey stuff
No.
here. Everybody wants to know about your Mariah Carey stuff.
Well, you
Go
already
for it.
said it.
But they don't know the story. They don't know the story.
You're taking over my job for the
Sing something
entertainment.
from Mariah Carey. Sing a line from Mariah Carey. Yeah, do it.
Mm,
Come on.
okay.
Come on.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't
Don't go high,
care
you'll block
about
the
the presents underneath the Christmas tree.
Beautiful.
Thank
Now,
you.
Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Merry Christmas. We'll be having our Christmas special soon. So we'll be inviting you all for our Christmas special. I hope you join us.
We have a little Christmas
We got a little
decor.
Christmas display behind me here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you knocked my fedora down. My Christmas fedora.
I
We should
think
put
it's
a
super cute.
yeah, right. We should take it. You should bring that over here. We're gonna put some lights on my
I
fedora.
decided to I was gonna put this on, but then I'm like, no, let's
Put
save
some
it for
lights
the.
on the fedora. Put the lights on the fedora. There we go. How do I look, bro?
Oh my
Am I ready to
goodness.
go? Oh, it doesn't want. There we go. Oh, no lights. No. I could put it in the front like this. There you go.
There you go.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, that actually looks good.
All right, anyway, so that's my display fedora.
I
That's
feel
really
like every time I wear this, it looks like Miss Liberty.
That's not my. Oh, I
See?
knocked down everything. Right, and they can't. And if you should be watching and not just listening. You can see what's going on the show here. So
I got an idea.
anyway, tell
My
your Mariah
fault.
Carey
Okay.
story.
Well,
So this way they can enjoy it with
Mariah
everybody.
Carey was in New York. She had a
Where was she in New
concert.
York? New York
Madison,
City.
New York
New York
City.
City.
New York City, and she had a concert in Madison Square Garden this Saturday.
This past Saturday.
Yes,
Okay.
and
Is it her show? Is it?
it's
what
her
was it?
Christmas
The
show.
Christmas
Yes.
show. Okay.
Oh my God, this is her season in
She does-
Christmas.
right,
She's like the
big on
it
it. No, I
girl.
know. Yeah,
for-
right. I know. Yeah, she's like one of the top
Like,
songs.
all I want for Christmas is you.
Right, you know that one, right, Ardo?
Well, of course.
I know you don't.
It's iconic.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And he likes the one from Wham too.
Oh yeah, I love that song. Okay. So anyways, Mariah Carey's Christmas presented in Madison Square Garden. Ooh, it was a wicked Dreamgirls. So like she surprised everybody at Madison Square Garden because it wasn't on the
Right, it was a Mariah. You said it
Yeah.
was Mariah Carey show, right? Okay.
So she surprised everybody. She had a while ago. There was like a trio when they sang "Oh Santa."
Mm-hmm.
So she said
Who-
to
and who was that?
everybody, she said to everybody, "Hey, I have a surprise for you." So then all of a sudden, Jennifer Hudson and Ariana Grande came to perform "Oh Santa" with her.
Really?
Yes, and Mariah took New York audience by surprise when she announced she had an unexpected yet amazing
And I
treat.
heard she hit the notes too.
She
hit
did.
all
Oh,
her
I
notes,
was
too.
so happy. She knows how to hit those notes again
Yeah,
because I was so
she had
afraid.
some nasal problem for a little bit, right?
Something like that, but I was
Yeah.
so like
She had some kind of
sad.
nasal infection, and like there was a nasal issue.
Something like that, but I guess
heard
she
she hit
got
the
it
note
fixed like crazy.
though, but I didn't know about the show.
Oh
too
my
much,
God!
but
Without high notes, Mariah Carey wouldn't be here.
she's the best. Yeah. She
Oh
really
my
is.
gosh, she's one of my icons. I mean, when I was little, I tried mimicking all her high notes and the way she sang, and
Right.
and that's how I got to be where I was. So with Jennifer Hudson and Ariana Grande, they're also exquisite, gorgeous, gorgeous voices.
Right.
Like up to a different level. I think they're at the same level as Mariah Carey.
I don't really know too much about either one of them. I know a few Jennifer Hudson songs.
Well, Jennifer Hudson was American Idol at first.
Yeah, I remember.
And then
she was
big.
Right.
She was big from that movie Dreamgirls.
Right, but she also did a movie too with. Did she do another movie?
No, it was the Dreamgirls.
Was it? And then.
And then Ariana Grande.
No, she did another movie, didn't she? Wasn't she in one of the Sex and the City movies or something?
She was
right?
the assistant of Carrie Bradshaw.
Right? She's the one that held all the big emails.
Louise.
Yeah,
Yeah, Louise
right.
from Louisiana
I
or something like that.
I know what I'm talking about.
She was looking for love.
Little entertainment stuff, right? She met the nice guy, right? Right.
It was so sweet, and she got I remember like Carrie Bradshaw giving her Louis Vuitton for Christmas. That's like a big deal. She's like, oh my God. Anyways, that brought
was
me
one
out.
of those movies. When we were talking about movies, I was sucked into watching that movie. When we were talking about the movies last week about
I get that for Christmas.
Oppenheimer. And,
oh yeah.
Yeah, I got suckered into that movie, but it wasn't that bad.
Hints. I hope I get that for Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. So they all sang "Oh Santa," and it was a great big hit. They all Ariana Grande and Mariah Carey hit the high notes, and they even like harmonized to it. It was really pretty cute.
Very nice.
Yeah, I mean, it brought the whole Christmas spirit. And after that, another point in the show, the stage, Mariah Carey brought her 12-year-old daughter, named Monroe, her 12-year-old daughter, yes, and she sang a duet with Mariah Carey.
Really?
Of her
yeah,
nice. Of her 1994 holiday track, "Jesus Born on This Christmas Day."
Very nice.
Wait, Jesus Born on This Day. That's what it was.
Very nice.
So she harmonized with her. Yeah, it was 94 hits, and I think that's very cute.
That's when she was dating Derek Jeter.
Oh, possibly, yeah.
See, I can bring everything back to the Yankees.
But I heard it, and it was pretty cute. Like I'm sure they practiced a long time to do that. And you know what? Singing with your child, that's amazing.
Right.
And that was brave of her daughter to even go in front of everybody and sing that.
Right.
With her. So yeah, mother-daughter time.
Very nice.
Very sweet. So that's the Christmas entertainment news that I have for today.
So Cinotti on the scoop.
Mm-hmm.
The Roswell conversation.
Yes.
So Jesse Marcel was the intelligence officer who was assigned to this particular bomber group.
Mm.
And he was at the White Sands missile base, which had a different name, but now is known. It's still White Sands, but it had another name at the time. But anyway, he was the intelligence officer, and that was there. And he's the one that was first on scene for the military when whenever crashed into Roswell in 1947. Crashed into that area, and there was more than one crash at that time. There was some severe weather anomalies going on too.
I can imagine. Whoa.
And he had reported that he's the one that, and he took it home to his family. He went out to I guess basically when, and there's not enough time to get into it today, but little tidbits. Cinotti's on the scoop. Invite me out there, people. I'm definitely interested. So anyway, he was the one that, I guess, a rancher heard some sounds and found some debris on his property. Went to the sheriff. And they were like, "Wow, what is this? Like what it looked like tinfoil, but when they crumpled it up into a ball, it popped right back into normal, like back as a flat sheet of tinfoil, but it wasn't tinfoil." And and it was thinner than tinfoil, but it was metal, of a metallic base. They weren't sure. So anyway, when they contacted the base, Marcel, when the sheriff contacted the base, Jesse Marcel, it was the Army Air Corps at the time, because prior to that time, the Air Force came into about in 1947, I guess, right around this time or right after. So everything was the Army Air Corps. The U.S. Air Force did not exist at the time. So the Jesse Marcel went out from the base to check it out, and I guess he picked up the pieces and was heading back to the base, and I guess he stopped at his house on the way home.
Okay.
And put it out on the floor and tried to put it together. And his son, Jesse Jr., and wife were there. And then he tried to piece it back together, and then picked it up and then went back to the base. Then a press release was sent out, and it had acknowledged that they had found something unworldly had been picked up. And the newspaper, the press release went out. And then there was an interview done by a local radio station. And the local radio station then got a call from the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission.
Oh, boy.
Telling them, don't air that thing. And they were told that they aired it, that they would pull their license. So that never aired. And then the military, and then I guess at that point was the Air Force moving forward. The Air Force had then pulled back the press release, saying that it was a weather balloon. And then Jesse, Jesse was seen having taken a picture with something similar to that, which he allegedly said was not that. After years later, because he had a high security clearance, being with this particular unit that was dealing with nuclear stuff during a very, very tough time in our country. So post World War II,
Right.
So the fact is that it was quite fascinating, because he was told that he had to change his story on what it is they originally said. But then later in life, he came back and he followed orders, right, all the way through. And then later in life, he came out and said, listen, this is really not what happened.
Wow.
But he is since no longer alive. But I believe Jesse Jr. might be. I'm not sure, but if anybody knows him, the Hostile Zone at bbstalkradio.com, the Hostile Zone at bbstalkradio.com, or Eric at ericandrewsinotti.com, Eric at ericandrewsinotti.com, the Hostile Zone at bbstalkradio.com. I'd love to hear from you or anybody that knows anything about this, because this is fascinating to my team, to me, and I'm sure to all you guys out there, and it's good for good conversation. But there's more to this story. But how much time we got there, Ardem?
About 3 minutes.
All right. So yeah, I mean,
everybody finds different things coming from the sky, like
right. I mean, and now recently, I mean, the Department of Defense has changed the story on this.
You can't hide a lot of things anymore.
Let's see, it's happened, and it may have been some other things prior to that too. That they didn't talk about, but they changed the story again in the 70s, again in the 80s, again in 1993, then again in 1999.
Could you imagine cell
on
phones
this same story, Roswell?
Wow.
The Air Force changed their story each time, and twice right after it happened. Again in the 70s, maybe even between, I don't even know, in the 60s, but definitely in the 70s, in the 80s, 1993, and again in 1999.
Wow.
What were you going to say?
Could you imagine having cell phones back then of taking pictures?
Right.
And
well,
proof?
I think that's what they have the issue with now,
My
because
goodness.
everybody's catching stuff on camera.
You can't hide things anymore.
And and that's why the Department of Defense has recently released that the military has a lot of anomalies that they caught. And then Project Blue Book, anybody knows, BBS Talk at Hostile Zone at bbstalkradio.com. The Project Blue Book was the military studying, the whole UFO situation.
I mean,
and now it's UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena.
I mean, if it's true, I don't know if it is or not. As long as they don't hurt us, and
if they wanted to hurt us, they would have knocked us out of orbit already. Come on,
right?
We wouldn't be here.
So it's just
gotcha.
You never know. I mean, I
Right.
have faith, and
RW,
you know,
are you into,
there's
you believe,
miracles everywhere, so I wouldn't be surprised. That's all I'm
you
gonna
believe
say.
in aliens? I didn't mean to cut you
I
off, but
wouldn't.
I
I
know we're
wouldn't say
running out of
anything.
time. I want to
I
get
wouldn't
RW in
say.
there.
I,
Because
I
we were
don't.
talking
I
about this the
wouldn't
other day.
say if I do or not, but like,
You do believe. If you, I believe. I believe. Do you believe? I believe.
I believe it.
I absolutely believe.
Yeah.
You kind of did get me with this whole Bigfoot thing the other day.
Right?
When
well,
he believes in Bigfoot. I don't know about that one.
I do.
I mean, I don't
Right.
discount it. I guess I do believe. I just don't really have a fascination with that as much as I do with this whole glitch in the Matrix. And I
Yeah.
like the glitch in the Matrix. I love ghost stuff. I'm
mhm,
interested in ghost stuff. If you have any ghost stuff, reach out
me
to us.
too. Well,
Ghost stuff, paranormal stuff, alien
there's an
space.
energy everywhere. I believe in a lot of energy in the world, and
Well, firstly, electricity never
and
dies.
I'm a fan of science, so I do believe in faith and science. I'm not gonna make it like a war thing, whatever.
No, listen.
But
All right.
it's very touchy subject. But
No, I believe. I listen. I went to
eh,
Catholic school. I believe in faith, but
yeah,
I think
the
I think at some point faith and science cross each other's path, and there
I
is some
don't
kind
think
of
it should
intersection.
be. I
No,
don't
I
think
mean
it
I
should
don't.
be. You got to believe in this
No,
and
I
this.
don't say they
What
cross
you? I
somewhere.
believe
They
in
cross.
both. To be
Listen,
honest, and that's it.
here it is.
That's just
Here
how
it is.
it is.
Out there in New Mexico,
There's a meaning for everything. And
KKTC World. Go to Arizona. Did you know that the Vatican actually has a campus in Arizona, and they actually have a telescope, a space scope,
that's
and
pretty cool.
you can't drive up to it. It's like a military place. It's like secured. Why are they watching space if they don't? If the Vatican, the Catholic Church, doesn't believe in something else?
Right, right.
I mean, it's not discounting faith. Faith could be God, could be anywhere, and it could be what they're looking for God,
Mhm.
and the aliens could be God. Aliens could be
I
angels
don't
that
know.
people talk about. Angels could be the same thing.
I don't know.
They could
That's
be
a
the next
touchy
level. That
subject.
could be where we go next.
Be
That could be
careful,
heaven.
the bots are gonna get you for
No, because I
that.
mean, electricity never dies. Electricity doesn't die.
Well, this
So
was
when
an
our
energy.
body has enough
We
energy to
do
run,
have enough energy to
we're
light up a light
bigger
bulb
than
or
a power.
something,
Yeah, we're
right?
bigger than a
Yeah,
battery.
I've heard of
So
that.
where does that energy go?
Mhm.
So I mean, I don't know. I'm not discounting anybody. I'm open for discussion on it all. I don't discount religion. I don't discount science. I think that there's a cross section where they come together, and I just maybe some of us know, and
Mhm.
some don't know, and maybe we don't know fully. And I think at some point we may fully know, but it may not be our generation. It may not be the next generation.
That's
And
another wonder of the world, and
I mean,
you know,
how many people have had near-death experiences or actual death experiences and seen things on the other side?
right, right.
So anyway, I'm getting the cue from staff. RW, can you tell them tell me I'm at the pointing at the time at the clock? All right, so do we have time for her to even to do? You got to hand her the dirty mic. I got to unplug. KKTC, I
dirty
love you.
mic.
99.9. True country, true America, baby. True Cinotti. Coming at you live. See you tomorrow night. Miss Bianca, take it out. And I'm plugging out.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous light o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets the bombs bursting in our gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Wow, that was very, very nice. Thank you, Miss Bianca. That was
Thank
lovely.
you.
KKTC, we love you. We love you all. 99.9 New Mexico. Shout out to New Mexico. Shout out to everybody else. Show syndicated. We will be here tomorrow. Miss Bianca Sea. We're going to tell you from all of us, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, everybody. Stay tuned for our special coming up. If you need anything to military families, reach out to the show. Miss Bianca Sea, what do we say to them? We tell them, love your family,
Love your country.
love your friends, and love your country more. Now, Miss Bianca, you wrote the words. Take it out.
Use your voice, Cinotti hears you. Use your voice, let it be heard. Use your voice, Cinotti hears you. Use your voice. Use your voice, Cinotti heard you. Use your voice, let it be heard. Use your voice, Cinotti heard you. Use your voice.
Apparently, R-Dub is dancing over there. So, guess what? Another day, Cinotti heard you. And R-Dub, did you hear them? Oh, of course. And Cinotti heard you.